Everyone, to our weekly Torah learning of spreading more light into the world. We always like to start off with giving because how we give, that's how Hashem will give to us. Let's give generously so Hashem can give us generously. So I'm going to put some coins in the tzedakah box. Please join me from home. We're going to say some names for Tehillim. So for Chana Yenta Rivka Bas Shendel, Chana Bela Bas Devora, Yosef ben Devora Leah, Razel Bas Hadas, Rafal Chaimer ben Simachasha, Yosef Shlomo ben Risha, Devora Leah Bas Yafaliba, Pesach ben David, Mercedes ben Esther, and everyone that needs, and Devora Leah Bas, he should have a complete refuah shalema, and everyone that needs. We dedicate this class to the IDF, all the amazing Chaylim and Chaylo who some of them gave their lives and give their everything for us. So I'm going to thank them, and also we're going to pray for them that Hashem should continue to protect them. I also want to say we do this class weekly in memory of my dear grandmother, Rivka Dina Bas Yosef. I hope you're proud. Chaim Dober ben Betzalel, to save a life is saving many, and he saved many lives in the Soviet Union. So thank you. And my other grandmother, Bela Bas Betzalel. We're going to start with Tehillim. We say Tehillim every weekly for the hostages to return. There's 101 hostages that need to come home alive. For the hostages who are no longer with us, we're going to pray for their souls. For the Chayalim and Chayalo Tzadikim that are helping us win this war, and that Hashem should help them win this war, and for all the protection of all the Jews around the whole world. So we're going to say Psalm 20, Kapitel Cha. Please join me. Lam Natseach Mizmar LeDavid Yancha Adonai B'Yam Sarah Yisagevcha Shem Elehei Akav Yishlach Ezracha Mikaidesh Umitzian Yisadecha Yiskar Kol Minchasecha Ve'Lascha Yidash Nasela Yitein Lacha Chilvavevcha V'Chol Atzascha Yimalei Niranana Bishua Secha Ubishem Elihenu Nidgo Yimale Adonai Ko Mishale Secha Ata Yadaiti Ki Aishia Adonai Mishichai Yanehu Mishmei Kachai Bigvorai Seisha Yiminai Ela Varecha Viela Vasusim Vanachnu B'Shem Adonai Elihenu Naskir Hema Karu Vinafalu Vanachnu Kamnu V'Nisaidad Adonai Hashia Hamelach Yanenu B'Yan Karenu. So we should hear immediate good news, and Mashiach should come. Today is Rosh Chodesh Elul. The king is in the field. Let's all beg Hashem, the king, to return all the hostages and to send Mashiach so we have full and real peace in the world. So today's class is a very special one, and I'll tell you how we got to this. So I got a phone call on the way to Israel from a friend of mine by the name of Charna. And she said her sister-in-law has a package and if I could take it. And I said, of course. She said, don't worry, someone's going to pick it up for you. She put on the package like a sticky note with the name of the person picking it up and how we should contact them, and they gave us a name. Now, Bailey, who is on with us today, Bailey Schneider, was in touch with me, and she's the one that sent the package, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about her. I called her to see what it's all about, and she told me that she went to Tel Shamir, and her husband gave out earpods to the Chayalim, and those that risk their life and that are injured, to put a smile on their face, and they were happy. One of the Chayalim, whose name was Dvir, told them thank you very much and was very gracious, but he said that he can't take it because unfortunately he can't put the earpods in his ear because something happened in a blast when he was in Gaza fighting for our country. And so on her own, she told him no worries, and she said plan B, she got him ear max. So I'm carrying with me these ear max for about a few days, and we're trying to get in touch with the messenger to give it to Dvir, and it just wasn't happening smoothly. So I called up Bailey and I said, I just want to let you know, like, really don't worry about it. We're going to make this happen. And then once she told me about Dvir, a little bit about Dvir and a little bit about her trip, I said, we are going to deliver it together with my husband, and I'm going to make sure it happens. So my husband and myself, Izzy and myself and our nephew, Binyamin went on a Sunday morning to the hospital to see Dvir. It was a little bit like there were little bumps in the road how to get to the room. We finally made it, and we thought we're just dropping it off and going. But no, that's not what happened. We met him in like a beautiful courtyard, and he sat with us, and he was so gracious. It was almost like the way he had so much like welcoming the guests, and he welcomed us and he shared with us his story. We came as strangers and we left as brothers and sisters. We are brothers and sisters, but we really felt like we were besties, and he shared his story. So we're now going to hear from Bailey to tell us how she connected me to Dvir, and then we're going to hear from Dvir today, his incredible, miraculous story. Thank you, Hashem, for his miracle. So Bailey, if you could unmute.
Hi, hear me?
Yes, welcome, Bailey.
Hi, thank you so much. This is a real honor. So in a nutshell, we went to Israel about 3.5 weeks ago, my husband and my baby daughter. We'd really been wanting to go for a while, and then we have 2 other boys, and it was logistics, not practical, and eventually we said enough's enough. October 7th was a while back already. And we took the plunge, we went to Israel, and I don't even know how we got here, because we hadn't been to Israel after October 7th, so I don't even know how we knew about Tel HaShomer, but we landed at about 9 a.m. By 11 a.m. we showered, took our suitcases to where we were staying, and we were at Tel HaShomer Hospital. When we went there, I was a little bit nervous because these were soldiers that risked their lives since October 7th. We're really, really making a difference. And here we were, fresh off Miami soil, coming to say hi to soldiers, you know. It felt a little bit petty, and I didn't know how we were going to be greeted. And so we went to the front desk, and they told us, yeah, just walk around the corridor, and, you know, whoever's available will talk to you. So we did that, and the first person we met was Dvir in his wheelchair, as we're rolling around, and he had the biggest smile, and he was so gracious. He brought us into his room and had us sit down and just started talking to us, telling us about his story, which he's going to share. And it just stuck with me so much, because here I felt like, what am I doing? And he couldn't stop thanking me for coming, for making a difference, for coming and showing solidarity, and I was just blown away. And you'll understand when Dvir shares his story.
Thank you, Bailey. Before we share with Dvir, I just want to, we're going to pull up a video now of the Rebbe speaking to incredible Chayalim. He spoke to them, like a group of soldiers who were injured in one of the wars came to 770, and the Rebbe gave them so much attention and love, and actually thanked them. And he said they're exceptional, not handicapped. So
מלחמת ההתשה, נפצעתי, והשיקום הממשי שלנו היה דרך הספורט. השתתפנו כשחקני כדורעף בנבחרת הנכים של ארגון נכי צה"ל.
ב-1976 התקיימה האולימפיאדה בטורונטו בקנדה, והייתי מהמייסדים והמובילים של הארגון הזה לשיקום נכי המלחמה. וחשבתי שלא יכול להיות דבר יותר מובן מאליו מאשר לטוס לניו יורק ולבקר את הרבי. והתקשרתי למזכירו של הרבי, ומיד התקבלתי בתשובה חיובית בחמימות, וקבענו את המועד.
אני שגדלתי בקיבוץ חילוני, במסגרת חילונית, שכל הקשר שלי לדת היה רחוק מזרח ממערב, שיוסי לוקר אמר שצריכים להיפגש עם הרבי מלובביץ', אמרתי בסדר, אוקיי, ניפגש איתו, זה לא... שמעתי עליו.
הם שכנו בבית מלון במנהטן. אז כמובן שאלו שדוברי עברית נשלחו להביא אותם. כמובן הביאו אותם באוטובוסים מיוחדים, אוטובוסים בלי מושבים, כדי שיוכלו לקשור כל אחד עם העגלה שלו. לכן בסמסמנטי הוציאו את כל השולחנות מול הבמה של הרבי, כשהרבי יושב, אז בעצם הושיבו שורות לחיילים הפצועים על כיסא גלגלים.
וכבר כשהתקרבנו, כשירדנו מהאוטובוס, חשנו בעמולה, בהתרגשות הגדולה מסביב. הגענו לאולם גדול, בית הכנסת הגדול, ומסביב היו אלפי בני ישיבה חרדים בהתרגשות גדולה.
מוכרח לומר, אני אישית בהתרגשות רבה. וזו הייתה איזו רוח מיוחדת, רוח של קדושה. ויצא הרבי ועלה לבמה ודיבר עלינו.
אני אדם בעבור אשכנזית, שהורגלתי בזיקרסי, שכולם יבינו את זה.
היה איתנו מתורגמן שעמד לתרגם מיידיש, ולהפתעתנו הרבי דיבר איתנו בעברית, מה שנקרא עברית של ביאליק, במילאל. וראית שעומד מולך איש מאוד מיוחד, מאוד אחר, והמסר שלו היה, אתם חזקים, אתם גיבורים, אתם לא נכים.
אין די כי נכה מהשם שנסים למישהו שהוא נכה, שזהו מראה על משהו נחיסוס וירידו, כי אם אדרבה צריך להדגיש בזה שהוא משהו מיוחד ומצוין על ידי ברי האדם שנוסן לכיחס מיוחדים יסרים על מה שישנו לאדם מן השורה, ולכן דווקא ביכולתי להסגבר על קושיים ומניעס שאין בחלס להסגבר עליהם לאדם מן השורה. ולכן הייתי מציע שישנו השם ויקורו מצוינים בישראל.
ישבנו קסומים שמה, האזנו לדרשה שלו, ואני כאדם שעסקתי כל חיי בתחום הזה, אני יכול לומר שדברי הרבי היו נר לרגליי, ומצאתי אנשים שנפגעו בצורה הכי קשה, עיוורים ומשותקים וכן הלאה, ובמעט שנשאר להם, הם הגיעו להישגים הכי גדולים שאדם יכול לתאר לעצמו, שזה דבר שאדם שלא מכיר את התחום הזה וכן הלאה לא יכול להאמין. וזה הרבי תפס מיד כשהוא ראה אותנו וכשהוא קיבל אותנו.
ובעזרת ההתייחסות של הרבי שקרא לנו מצויני צה"ל, בעקבות זה, עם השנים אני הייתי שותף להקמה של ארגון שנקרא אתגרים. ארגון שמנסה באמצעות ספורט אתגרי, לקחת ילדים עיוורים וקטועים ומשותקים וגרועי נפש מנטלית. היום אני מביא אותם למאות, לאלפי, אפילו לעשרות אלפי החולים שלי, ובצורה זו אני מצליח לרפא אותם.
המאור פנים של הרבי היה מאור פנים, תמיד היה מאור פנים של הרבי, העירו באור יקרות, אבל בפעם הזאת היה משהו מיוחד ויוצא דופן, שראו איך שהרבי מגלה אהבה מיוחדת.
בברכו בתדו רבה על הכובד הגודל שנזכבדתי על ידי הביקור שלכם, והיא רוצן שרבי פעמים תצליחו להוביל שמחה ואב ויהדות בכל מקום שתבקרו, הם בחוץ לארץ ולאחרי זה גם כן בארץ הקודש.
וכשהוא סיים את הדרשה, הרבי ירד אלינו. אבל הוא ירד אלינו, לחץ את ידי כולם, ידי כל המשלחת, הוא לחץ את ידי. זה היה לתאר אותו. חשנו שהאיש באמת אוהב אותנו. אוהב את הנתן ומעריך את הנכים שתרמו מגופם לשלמותה של מדינת ישראל.
ולכל אחד הרבי אמר מילה אחרת, והיו כאלו שביקשו ברכה, והיו כאלו שדיברו עם הרבי. אז אני זוכר שהיה אחד, מרוב התרגשות, הוא רצה לתת לרבי מתנה. מה? היה לו קו טמבל של פעם, אבל חדש, כן. הוא נתן לרבי את זה מתנה. אתה צריך לראות באיזה חיבה הרבי לקח את זה. אי אפשר לתאר, ואחרי זה כשהרבי חזר למקום שלו, וצירף את הכובע הזה לסידור, מחובקים ביחד, ככה יצא מבית מדרש.
TikTok keeps trying to.
So now that we saw this incredible video, we are going to introduce to you Dvir, Dvir Dangur. Sorry, I can't pronounce the resh. You'll say your name. Who I met. It was such a gift. So thank you to Bailey for giving me this gift, and to Hashem for connecting us and making it so hard for the package to be picked up. You know, sometimes we'd be like, why are you making it so hard for me to deliver a package? But really, I got to see why it was so hard, because I had to meet Dvir. So Dvir really changed my whole day that day. You lit up my entire trip to Israel. My nephew, he was blown away by meeting you. My husband, we all had tears in our eyes. We were crying, hearing your story. A heart feels a heart, and we're excited to hear your story. And we're excited to hear, you know, this is just some of the story, and we're going to hear more of it later on. And when Mashiach comes, we're going to be reunited with all your amazing friends who lost their lives that day. So Dvir, welcome, welcome. We're so happy to have you. Thank you.
So hey, it's a really pleasure for me to be here, and it's like how the things goes on when I met Bailey in the beginning, and then Chaya, and I think the things happen from a reason, and yeah, thank you.
Of course. Thank you for being here. So question for you. It's a heavy question, but where were you on October 7th when everything happened?
Oh, so I am a student for computer science in Tel Aviv, and in October 7, I've been after Friday night. I've been a little bit in hangover, and I woke up. It was a Saturday, and I'm hearing the sirens, and I understood that we have to go to the base to take our equipment to get out to get down to the south, to the border with Gaza. And I think in 12 already I've took all of my equipment and go to the base, to our base, to took our guns. And in 6 in the evening, already we've been in the border with Gaza. That day is like, it's one of the hardest days that I ever had in my life. We are driving in the streets, and we can't understand that we are here in Israel, in our safety country, in our place that terrible views, terrible. And after 10 days there of battles, that we had a lot of contact with terrorists, and we saw a lot of bodies and terrible views. Our mission was to get up to the north. We've been in Lebanon for another month and a half. And then we turned down to the entry to Gaza.
So can you tell us, when on October 7th, like you said, you figured out that something was going on. Did you get a phone call like, hey, come, we need all our soldiers to come in? Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, so the messages in our groups in the WhatsApp of my team, it's like start to come, and I didn't realize how big it is, but we just understood that it's like we have to do something. We have to do what we can. It's like to go before they call us to the base and to be ready because they are here. And I saw the fear. I've been in Tel Aviv. It was far away from there, but it's about 1 hour. And if they will get closer, I have to be ready. And this is how the things going on. We felt awful with ourselves. We didn't know what I have two friends that I didn't know what happened to them. They've been in the Nova party, and I didn't even know if they are alive, but I couldn't think about it. I have to, we have to be ready to the terrorists and to kill them. And yeah, I have a lot of scars in my heart from these days. Wait, I can't hear you from some reason.
Sorry, you guys were shell-shocked when you got to when you were called, you had no idea what you were coming to, correct?
Yeah, we didn't know nothing. Well, I believe that there is just hundreds of people that passed away, but I didn't understood how big it was. And every hour we understood there is more and more and more and more. And I can't forget our first night there in the border. The explosive was I never heard that. I'm in reserve. I finished my service 2 years ago. Now it's 3 years, but it was 2 years ago from October 7th, and I never been at war. I've been in Nablus. I've been in Jenin. I saw terrorists in my life, but I didn't hear that kind of explosive. You can like get ready for that. It's a war.
Wow. Okay, so walk us through how you got to Tel Shamir. Like, you were there for how long? How did you get there? What happened on that day?
So our story, starting in the beginning of December, that our unit got a mission to enter Khan Yunis in Gaza. My unit had a mission to open a highway for all of the vehicles that get inside Gaza, to give equipment, to give food, to give bullets, to keep the fight going. And
Dvir, just could you tell us what unit?
it's called Sayeret Tzanchanim. It's the spatial unit of the paratroopers. And in the first day, we walked 6.5 kilometers inside Gaza. And after something like 10 hours, I hear the first bullet that 5 centimeters whistling of my head, and I understood that it can end in a second, and I have to be more patient. I have to be more ready for this kind of things. In the first time that bullets like whistling of my head, I started screaming, "Everybody get down, everybody get down." I can't forget this kind of moment. And this is nothing about if I was knew what will happen. That was just nothing. So every day we had a contact with terrorists in Khan Yunis. Khan Yunis was full of terrorists, and every day we had like contact with terrorists that they get out from tunnel, shot RPG on our tanks. Every day terrorists get out and shot snipers on our forces. So every day we saw that they get out from the same neighborhood, from the same place. And until December 16. December 16, it was after a day that the aircraft put the airplanes put a lot of bomb on that neighborhood, and day after we entered to that neighborhood. And in the beginning of the mission, it was a Saturday morning. It was a birthday for one of our team friends, and we gave him some slaps. We get out, and I think after 3 minutes, terrorists get out, shot RPG on one of our tanks. So we knew that it's gonna be interesting. We knew that it's gonna be tough. And when the tank had 2 injuries, so we needed to keep forward and to let the tank get back. And we entered to a battle with the terrorists that they get out from the tunnel like a rat, shot and then turn down. And we use each kind of weapon that we have. We use helicopters, we use tanks, we use everything. And after 2 hours, we entered to the house that they shot from. And in the entry to the house, we saw 2 bodies of terrorists. So we knew somewhere here we will find the tunnel that they get out from. And in the beginning, we searched in the house. We didn't find nothing. And then my commander, I'm a class commander, he told me to take my class and search in the garden in the storage that was outside. And in the second that we are ran to there, me and my partner Shalev, in the second that we ran to there, I'm hearing the biggest explosive that I ever heard in my life. And 10 seconds later, I'm finding myself on the ground, bleeding fast. I'm understood that my leg is almost fully cut and it's bleeding so fast. And in this second, I'm saying I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. And I'm fighting with myself to find the power to fighting on my life, because I'm seeing my mom. I'm in my head. I'm seeing my mom go to my grave, and it's not my story. It's not my story. I tried to take out tourniquet from my vest and put it on. I tried to hold the blood with my hands. It was just a minute and a few seconds, and it felt like a lifetime. Because I wanted to someone will get to me, but a terrorist, after they made a bomb in the entry to the storage, and when we went to they hear that we get closer and they push the button. And when we was on the ground, they get out and try to finish us. And that's the reason that nobody got to me, nobody ran to me. And after 1 hour and 30 seconds, one of my friends went to me, closed the first tourniquet and took me to a safe place. And after 1 hour and 7 minutes, under fire, with 3 tourniquets on my right leg, 1 more in my left one, I'm between life and death, and I'm feeling that I'm losing my conscious. All of 5 seconds I'm waking up, 5 seconds I'm out. And I was so focused about stay alive until we got to Soroka Hospital. And 3 days later, or 4 days later, I'm waking up for the first time. And the first question that I'm asking my mom, what about my team? What about Shalev? Because I was so angry that I was selfish. I wanted to stay alive, but I didn't thought about the most important thing that they learn you in the IDF, to know what about your partner. And I asking my mom, what about my team? What about telling me, Dvir, everybody that got to Soroka Hospital is fine. And I'm asking her again, Mom, I'm telling her, Mom, it's a miracle. We have to say, thank God. You won't believe we've been in hell. And I was so high from drugs. So each time that I woke up, I asked the same question. And in the third times, it was a Thursday. And I'm telling Mom, give me my phone. Let me know what about my team. Let me know what about Shalev. Give me my phone now. I'm screaming. Everybody is unconscious, in coma around me, and I'm screaming to pull him out. And psychologist in this second sat next to my bed, and she told me that in that day we had 14 injuries, and my partner Shalev died. And from that day till today, all of that days I've been in the hospital until yesterday. Yesterday, I cut my bracelet after 14 surgeries in my right leg and 2 more on my left one after a crazy, crazy, crazy way that I've done. And each time that I woke up every morning with, you need to understand, I didn't had, I've been laying on a bed for 3 months. I didn't woke up from the bed. I showered on a bed. I did everything on a bed. And every morning I didn't feel alive. I feel like not good with myself. I'm an optimist. I love to waking up, but I didn't found that power to thank God when I'm waking up. And I had a war inside myself because there is one of my best friends that looking at me all the time. He is looking at me and he is telling me, Dvir, appreciate the fact that you're alive. Appreciate. I'm not here, but you have to appreciate. All of my life, I said Modeh Ani when I woke up. But from the day that I understood that Shalev is not with us anymore, each time that I'm saying it, I mean it from all of my heart, because I didn't understood how your life can end in a second. I can move in a place to place. I'm now talking with you when I'm in Israel, you're in the US. Everything is in a second with our finger, in our phones. And I forgot what is it to appreciate. And when children all of the time got to the hospital, I told them to look up to the skies, and they will see the millions of our souls that didn't got a body, the heroes, the angels that passed away in that war. It's not fair for them if I won't say Modeh Ani when I'm waking up. It's not fair for them. So this is the most important thing that I understood about my way, and this is the most powerful tool that I used in all of that time when I was at the hospital. This video is after the first surgeries that I had. I've been in coma, but you can hear my girlfriend screaming, I love you, mon amour. And this is the first time that she saw me after 12 hours and 30 minutes of surgery, of huge surgery that saved my life.
Wow. So you had a new awakening of what Modeh Ani was for you, and your friend was sending you messages from upstairs. He's no longer with us today. Can you tell us a little bit about your special friend so we can honor him today, what he was like?
Yeah, so he was full of life. He was in each team in the army. There is a soul inside of the team, and Shalev was our soul. He was the laughing between the situation, no matter how hard was the situation, he laughed. He laughed even if it's not a funny joke. He was smiled all the time. And this is the reason that I'm using Shalev to say Modeh Ani, and this is the reason that it's getting more powerful, because he has want from us to appreciate the fact that we are here. We are in that there is no price to stay alive for another day. That's what I believe. And if this kind of angels passed away, we have to appreciate the fact that we are here. That's what I mean.
Dvir, your story, every time I hear it, it's my heart. Over and over, it's unbelievable, and it's a miracle that you're here, and we're so grateful. Thank God, and we continue to just pray for everybody to have miracles like you. I wanted to say that when I got to Tel HaShomer, like when you read in the news a soldier was injured, 14 soldiers were injured, I don't know, for me, I kind of go in thinking they broke their hand, they broke a leg, I don't, maybe some internal injuries, but they're going to get up and they're going to go right back. They're going to go move on with their lives eventually. When I got to Tel HaShomer, it was another story. There's huge smiles everywhere, but people are really, really, it's not a broken leg. There's missing limbs, and there's lungs that are damaged, and there's just so much terrible injuries. Could you share a little bit about Tel HaShomer and what goes on there? And I think it was you even that told me there's about 10,000 soldiers in Israel that we don't know about, we don't hear about, and they're in hospitals recovering from injuries that are not just, an easy injury to get over with a cast or a Band-Aid.
Yeah. So first of all, I will say about I will tell about my leg. So in my right leg, instead of a bone, I have a metal, that because all of they saved my leg. I was so focused about Shalev when I woke up that I didn't even was the second thing that I asked, if I have a leg. What about my leg? And the doctor saved my leg, and I had a lot of surgeries because I had a big infection over there, and I have less than half of the muscles in my right leg, and I just start to walk with crutches, so it will be harder for me to walk. And the doctors said that I will had to use a stick all of my life, and I'm just 25 years old. And there is a lot of injuries. Yeah, there is injuries that can break you. It's not as you said, it's not a broken hand. It's first of all breaking your soul, and then it's the body. And when you woke up here, and this is the reason that I all the time talking about appreciate, because this is the only tool that kept me stay focused about returning to a life. And this is the place that this is the name of the building that in the hospital. It's called Returning to Life. And Chozrim L'chaim, yeah, from the same reason, because you have to find your tools, the things that helped you to jump from it, to get up from it, and to keep going. Yeah, and this is hard. I had a huge scar in all of my body. I have 50% less hearing. My nose is broke. Yeah, but I'm alive.
You're alive. Thank God. So now you cut the tag off. You're a free man. What happens now? You're still going to be in therapy, and you're still gonna. I've spoken to soldiers that even when they cut their tag, they still have to come back. It's not just we go home and go
Yeah,
back to
so
life the way it was.
in my next 2 years, I wish it will end in 2 years, but I will had to go every day to a daily rehab. So now I'm not sleeping at the hospital, but every day I will go there to a therapist, to hydrotherapy, to acupuncture therapy, physical, everything. And yeah, it's I have another long way to return into to. Now I can't put my clothes on myself. I have a metapel. I have like someone that helping me.
Aid.
And, yeah, I can't cook. I can't do a lot of things. That it's about standing, to walk, to take a shower by my own. But every day I'm doing another things that I didn't did yesterday. And it's like to born again, but I think I told you that it's to born again, but with appreciate, with when you baby, you can appreciate the things that you're standing for the first time, but now I'm full of appreciate.
Can you tell us about, you told me that you lived in Tel Aviv before this happened, and Tel Aviv is a really fun place to live as a bachelor and single, and everything changed. Can you tell us about now where you moved to? And you showed me some pictures last Friday. We were in touch, and you showed me this beautiful picture of these amazing humans that put a big smile on your face.
Yeah, so after 9 months in the hospital, I wanted to find my own place. In all of that 9 months, I didn't have a place to go out in weekends because I was in a wheelchair and my parents' house is not accessible. And I didn't have a place. So each time I tried to find the ways to get out from the hospital to hotels or hostels, or I don't know where, just not to stay in the hospital because I saw everybody goes out and I didn't have a place. And after 2 months ago, I started to search for my own apartment that will be accessible and good for me. And I found an apartment, a beautiful apartment in Herzliya, and a lot of amazing people helped me to put all of the furniture and find it and move everything and renovate. And there is no other people like our Jewish people. The Jewish people, it's stronger than everything. And yeah, there now I have my own place. I have where to, I don't need to search a place to go in weekends.
That's
amazing.
amazing. Yeah, when we were there, you did not have your own place. So this is incredible that there's progress, there's moving forward, there's something to look forward to now. Congratulations on that. I also wanted to ask you, when we were there, we met Dudu, we met Hanan, Dudu Baron, Hanan. You've met them, right?
The soldiers?
No, the people who come every day to help the soldiers. Dudu
Yeah.
Baron?
So every day there is a lot of volunteers that you get in to the hospital. There is people like you that you got to the hospital to hear the stories and like be there for us. And every day I think I met more than 30 volunteers and people that every day bring us sandwich and every day bring us I don't know barbecues in the evenings and take us to shows. And the life in Tel Shomer is not that bad when you are a soldier. And
I remember I remember you were telling me that you just want some new faces. You've been here for a long time.
yeah, I already I can't be there anymore. It's too much for me. But now I have to do it on my own, and I don't have a partner in my bed. I in my room. I have my own place after 9 months.
It's a
Like, you know,
small,
Yeah, but I will say the beautiful thing um, in when I was at Tel Shomer, I realized that I every day saw people that getting and bring a thing and just want to put smile on our face. And this is the beautiful thing about being Jewish, because I met you for 40 minutes or 1 hour, but you really want that I will heal the fast as I can, and you want all of the good for me. And you got to the hospital without know me and sat with me, and after you bought me amazing AirPods. And this is the beautiful thing about being Jewish, because I know that a lot of Americans that live out of the country feel awful with themselves when they far away from here and they see on the news all of the terrible things that going on here. And you're much you have much fear than the people that here, because you are far away. And this is the connection that I'm talking about. This is to be Jewish.
so Dvir, I want to just tell you a story. Well, Bailey, go ahead, because you want to say something.
along those lines, there was another soldier who was also very badly injured. His name is Kfir. And one of the things he told me was, as soldiers, we fight for Israel and for the Jewish people. And as Americans who are not boots on the ground, you fight for the soldiers. And I think that's a beautiful summary of the how we fight this war hand in hand. You know, there's no guilt, there's no upset, but it's everyone has their part in this war, and we just have to do our part. And for all the listeners out there who want to know, what can we do over here? We're in our homes in the US where we're safe and there's no Hamas terrorists running the streets. What can we do? We could fight for our soldiers, for the 10,000 soldiers that need our help. We could be there for them.
I think it's more than fighting for the soldiers. It's each one of you, before you met me, when you saw all of the things going on here in October 7, you tried to find a way to volunteer, to buy equipment, to do everything that you can to help, because you're not you're feeling that it's your own war. And this is what I mean. That's so strong and that's so powerful, and it's a zchut to be a Jewish.
It is a schus to be Jewish. It's a hard schus, but it's a schus. So Dvir, I have to tell the story again, if it's okay. So we met, we said our goodbyes, we said we're going to be in touch. Before my husband left, Izzy, we were talking and you were amazed by my nephew. You know, he's going to be listening to this, Benjamin, how smart he was. He was asking you such intelligent questions that I couldn't even come up with, like about your unit. And you told us something and you said, your wish is, I said, where are you going to, what's your plan now? And you said you have a wish that you want to go to America. You've never been. And I said, we're going to help make it happen. And we really meant it, but we need all of your help. And how can we make that happen? Dvir really wants to come and speak at different, he wants to share his story with the world, his message with the world. So if anyone listening in and tuning in today and you want to have Dvir come and speak to your communities, please reach out to myself or Bailey. We will connect you to Dvir. And he wants to come around Rosh Hashanah time, such a holy and auspicious time to give your incredible message. So we're going to help make it happen. If anyone wants to contribute to this class to help make Dvir's dream come true, please reach out to me. I will tell you how. This is going directly to Dvir's wish. He gave us everything on that day. He dropped everything he had and he went to serve the country because that's what he knew he had to do. And let's help make his dream come true. So after, I want to just say that I went to Tel Aviv. Like Dvir said, he loves Tel Aviv, and I can understand why. Beaches, I'm from New York, there aren't many beaches like around where I live. And so I went to a hotel that I really like. I want to give them a shout out, the Sheraton. Really great people there. And I really thought it was just going to be me and my husband, a quiet Shabbat. And, you know, two Jews are never alone. You always know someone. So my husband looked at me and he goes, you know anyone here? And I said, not a soul. And I was secretly very happy because I really needed that like time just to like reprogram and have time for myself and my husband. And in the elevator, there was a couple with a kid, two children. And my husband, of course, never keeps quiet. Izzy, Dvir, you know Izzy, and Bailey, you know Izzy. And he said something to the couple, like something funny. And they, how does, you know, it's Israel. We started talking, and it turns out that they know a lot of people that we know, and we're making jokes. And then they asked my husband, where are you going for shul, for Shabbat? And he's like, oh, I'm going to the Chabad in Tel Aviv. Oh, wow. It was one of the nicest Friday nights I've ever been to. The davening, the prayer, the connection, the people. It was so incredible. So big shout out to the Chabad in Tel Aviv. And when we were walking home, and instantly we became friends. Her name is Adi, and her husband, they were just such a beautiful couple, and they were so like in sync, and they were so in love with Hashem, and they were just full of holiness and love. And then we were sitting by the table together. We ended up eating breakfast together, lunch together, dinner together, hanging out in the lobby together. Like we just wanted to be together. And I said, I have a really great story to tell you guys. I said, I met this amazing, amazing, amazing Chayal, and I need to tell you about him. So I start telling them the story, and they're listening, and their eyes are opening. And I'm like, yeah, and Dvir. And they're like, we know Dvir. And I'm like, what? They're like, I'm like, how do you know Dvir? They said, we're good friends with him. We spent Shabbat with him just like a few weeks ago. We spent a whole Shabbos with him. We are in touch with him. So I was like, this is crazy. Nothing happens by chance. I'm thinking I'm meeting two strangers. Meanwhile, we have a mutual friend already. So Dvir, tell us like what you told me when I told you about this story, because it was actually like from God that this whole connection happened.
It's a crazy story, and with Benny, one of the first time that I stand up, it was beside of him. We was together. We two of us are big fan of Maccabi Tel Aviv, and we've been together in a football game. It's a soccer game, and it was one of the first time that I stand up, and he was so excited also. And yeah, they are amazing couple. and it's amazing how the things going on. It's crazy.
I was just amazed that they knew this, who I was talking about. I was like, wow, this is a small world. We are really brothers and sisters. And I was like, this is incredible. I was so excited. And I told them as well that I reached out to you. I'm in touch with them. So it was very, very special. So now we're going to give it back over to Bailey to share and add something.
So when we were at the hospital, we met somebody named Dudu Baron, who from close to October 7th stopped everything in his life and went to visit his cousin, who is a triple amputee. And from that day on, every day from 9 to 4, he goes to Tel HaShomer. He's in the other wing, not the Chozrim L'Chaim. What's the other
Yeah.
one here?
The orthopedic rehab.
Yeah, so that's like where people are not yet ready to start going home on weekends. They have still recuperating from very, very severe injuries. We met him, and every person that we walked by said, "Oh, do the angels here, do the angels here."
Yeah.
And we spoke to him for a while, and he has literally been giving his life and his soul to helping the soldiers be comfortable, have whatever they need. He's been raising money. He's been making parties in his home. He's been taking them out. He's been trying to connect them. And my husband and I, since we got home from Israel, we're trying to work on creating a kind of like a buddy system, pen pals, where we match a soldier to an American family that can be a support to
Wow.
the soldiers. And we've done a few already, and it's in the beginning processes, but this is all with the help of Dudu, and he has a fund that goes 100% to the needs of the soldiers. One of the accomplishments they've just done was there was a soldier who was a champion tennis player who lost his legs, and they got him a wheelchair, very high-end wheelchair that he's able to move very, very fast, and a coach, and he's able to continue practicing every single day. So if anybody's interested, we'll add the link on the bottom as well to help Dudu on his mission, so we could all be part of this great, great initiative.
And I'm also going to post my Cash App, put it in the comments of Cash App for Dvir. This is going to help his dream come true, or you can, for Dvir's dream. So please contribute. It's not about how much you give. It's giving $18, $36. It all adds up. And we really want to make this a special trip for Dvir. So please help us make it happen, and we will make it happen, because we are the most incredible nation in the whole wide world, and we need each other, and everyone is a puzzle piece to this story and to this incredible mission. And very soon we're going to see the end, and the end is going to be when Mashiach comes, and we're going to be so proud that we are part of it. So let's be part of the mission, and I can connect you directly with Bailey. She does amazing work with her husband for all the Chayalim and Chayalot since October 7th, raising funds for units, giving them their needs. And that's what Hashem wants from us now, is to have Avas Yisrael and be there for each other. And we really aren't strangers. We really are one people with one God. And we're so lucky. Like Dvir said, it's a zechus, it's an honor to be Jewish.
Yeah. You got to the hospital. I go to the battles. I go to fight. It's the same reason, and I have no words. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Dvir, for your very special and important message to the world about waking up in the morning and saying, Moda Ani, Lifanecha, Melechai, Vikayom, Shechazarta Bi, Nishmasi, Bechem Laraba, Emunasecha. And we're thanking God for returning our soul to us when we wake up in the morning, and we're so lucky. And, you know, every day is a new day. Like you said, every single day is a new day for you. And I'm just so inspired by you, because really you could have chosen the path of being sorry for yourself and having people feel sorry for you. But instead you said, no, I have to take 1 foot forward, 1 foot forward, 1 foot forward. And that is why Hashem is going to help you put that foot forward and be there with you. And, you know, when we are positive, good things happen, what you put out in the world. And your friend, if you could say his full name again, who passed away.
Shaler Zaltzman Ben Allah.
His neshama should have the highest aliyah. And I know he's looking down on you, and he's so, so proud of your accomplishments, because now you are his voice. Now every action you do, you're doing it for him. You're doing it for you. You are one. He can't do it anymore. And every single time you do a mitzvah for him down here, a good deed, it elevates his soul and he smiles. So everything that you do for him is really for you and for him. So keep making your friend happy and keep making him smile. And you owe it to him, you know, like he said to you. And I believe in these things. He said, I'm here and you're there and you're lucky. So you have to help him. And I'm sure he's in a good place that he's telling you that, because he sees he's in the world of truth. But we really need to count our blessings. And I'm talking to myself and to everyone. And Dvir, you gave us such an incredible, incredible message today. And afterlife does exist, and it's there. If you lost a loved one, don't give up on them. They need you. Even if they're not here in this world, they still need you. And what do they need from us is to be besimcha and to be happy and to wake up in the morning and say Moda Ani and to thank Hashem and praise Hashem and to thank Hashem for what we have, because we only have Hashem, and we see this in October 7th. It's unreal. We're in Gaza, we're suffering a lot, you know, we're in a lot of pain, but very, very soon we're going to see the final redemption, and it should happen now in a very revealed way. So thank you, Dvir, for being with us today and sharing your story and sharing your message. And thank you to Bailey Schneider and your husband Shia, who's not here with us today, but thank you. And I want to thank my husband Izzy as well. Because of him, I was able to meet Dvir. He, you know, it's not easy to just drive out. And so I'm so thankful to him for being there with me. He's not here today either, but he is very much sending his love to Dvir. And he's very, very thankful that we had this mitzvah opportunity. And when a mitzvah comes your way, don't throw it away. Like, it's yours. And if you throw it away, you lose the opportunity. I could have given the package to someone else, but I had a voice in my head that said, Chaya, deliver it yourself. So I stuck with that voice. And because I stuck with that voice, I got to meet the most incredible Dvir, who were friends for life now. And we're like literally brothers and sisters. And I'm very, very thankful for the opportunity. So thank you, Dvir, and thank you, Bailey. And of course, thank you to Hashem. So now we're going to share with you some pictures and videos, and Dvir explaining the pictures of his experiences of leaving the hospital and his incredible miracle. So give us a moment while we pull it up.
וכולם רצו מאחורי העמדה להסתתר, ואני באתי אליך עם דביר, תנשום, תגיד לי מה אתה צריך. אז עברנו הרבה רגעים גם קשים וגם טובים ביחד, ואתה בחור מדהים, ואני הייתה לי זכות ללוות אותך ולראות את הדרך שעברת. תודה שנתת לי להיות לצדך. ועוף מפה, בסדר? אז האמא גוזרת היום, אני אתן לך רק את הקונטרה, בסדר?
רק אגיד שוב פעם באמת לכולכם, תודה ענקית שבאתם, שזה היה לכם חשוב. אתם כולכם חלק מההחלמה שלי, חלק מהחזרה שלי באמת לחיים, ואין לי מילים טובות כדי להודות לכם, אבל אני מקווה שלכל אחד מכם, אני רוצה שתדעו שלכל אחד מכם יש חלק קטן ברגע שלי שנשאר בעזה, ואני באמת אומר תודה לכם על הכל. החיינו, קיימנו והגיענו לגמר.
מה זה 10? לא הבנתי, 3 ימים לא הייתי פה, אתם התחלתם 10. 5? רגע.
איזה תותחת, עוד קצת, עוד קצת, כמעט הגעתם.
This video is from Marathon Tel Aviv, the night run. My team took me and took me all of the 10 kilometers. They took me on the wheelchair and they ran with me. And in the last 10 meters, they took me to make the last steps together. And we ran in this run to memorize Shalev. We ran with shirts with his names. And I'm screaming, Lezecher Shalev Zaltzman.
Wait.
So this video is from 4 days before the explosive, before December 16. We had a mission in the early morning with the tanks, and this is one of me and Shalev videos that you can see Shalev first, and I'm after him, and this is another video from Gaza.
And thank you, Bailey. And of course, thank you to Hashem. I also want to take a moment to thank Hashem for giving me the opportunity for doing this class and having this platform. I don't take it for granted. I want to say thank you to the Rebbe for really being there for me in this class and, being such a big part of it. And your message, we're putting your message out weekly. I want to say thank you to all the ambassadors of the class. An ambassador is someone that spreads the class. It's so easy. It's a click of a button and poof, it goes out into the world of spreading light and love. If you want to become an ambassador today, please reach out to me. I will make you one and I will share my merits. I want to say thank you to my mashpia and mentor for this class, Shindy Jacobson. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you to all the viewers of this class for keep coming back on. And most of all, I want to say thank you to my dear husband, Izzy, for really helping make this class become bringing my dream to the world and you doing the tech, because that's not what Hashem blessed me with. And he puts it out on the channel and he takes his time to bring this to the world. So thank you, Izzy. And thank you everyone who I didn't thank. I really appreciate it. And I feel very humbled and honored that we got to have Dvir today. It was very, very special. And don't forget, the king is in the field, and we should take every opportunity to ask Hashem for everything that we want, everything that we don't even think we want, we should ask Hashem for. And of course, ask for the chayalim and the chayalot, and for the people that are healing in the hospitals. They should get a complete refuah shalema, and all the hostages should come home alive. We should be able to celebrate together with the coming of Mashiach, and Hashem should heal the broken hearts of the families of the hostages that were taken from us. Hashem should heal them immediately by sending Mashiach. We deserve it. We deserve it. We deserve it. Anyways, have a wonderful evening. And please don't forget to look at the description. On the recording is going to have a link that you could directly give to to the chayalim. It goes direct. Bailey knows the person 100%. And everything you give to my Cash App goes, and just write for Dvir or for the gift, goes directly for this cause of making his dream come true. So thank you, everyone. And always remember to be the reason someone smiles today.